Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who've been booking readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So guys, your girl's Patreon channel is up and running. So if you would like to support your girl, you'll be able to find a link in the description box below. I do post 2 exclusive videos per week, so go check it out if you feel called to. Now, before we dive in, if you've been loving the energy here, I have created a collection of spiritual ebooks and printable workbooks to help you along your journey. From manifestation rituals to love journal prompts, these tools are designed to help you align, heal, and rise. You'll be able to find a link in the description box below or on my Patreon channel under the shop tab. So as you guys could tell by the title of this video, this is going to be about what are people finally acknowledging about you. So pile number 1, you're going to be the green aventurine crystal. Pile number 2, moonstone crystal. And pile number 3, smoky quartz crystal. So again, pile number 1, green aventurine crystal. Pile number 2, moonstone crystal. And pile number 3, smoky quartz crystal. So pause this video if you must and meditate on the card or the crystal that you feel most drawn to. You'll be able to find your timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you guys at your pile. Hi Pawan! Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. So my pile number 1, you picked the green aventurine crystal, and this is going to be your reading, okay? So my pile number 1, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are they finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the 2 of Pentacles. People are finally acknowledging the fact that you are someone who is multifaceted, multi-talented, somebody who has many capabilities and abilities to you, okay? With the 2 of Pentacles, you could juggle multiple things at once without dropping the ball. Excuse me. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Ooh, you're mysterious with the moon card. There's more to you than meets the eyes. People are finally acknowledging the fact that they may not know you all that well, or that what they thought of you, their perception of you, is not really the reality of you. There's more to you, okay? So what are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Knight of Swords, that you're quick on your feet, you're mentally sharp, mentally agile with the Knight of Swords. You're someone with multiple, like when it comes to your capabilities, like you're always ahead of your time, or there's something fascinating about the way your mind works. You're innovative, okay? So what are people finally acknowledging about you? What? We have the Star, and I was sensing Aquarius energy as well. You're innovative, you're futuristic. Some of you could be Aquarius, Pisces, Cuspers. Don't have to be, but maybe you could be Aquarius rising or something like that. There's something unique original about you that people are finally acknowledging. Maybe before they used to call you weird or strange because of like the way that you would do things, like your methodologies, your way of thinking, your way of seeing the world. It was like so different, so futuristic that people felt like it was out of touch with reality, right? Because it was like just too advanced for them. But now they're acknowledging that you were just ahead of your time. You were always 10 step ahead of those people. And now that they're finally realizing like what you were talking about, they're acknowledging like your greatness. Okay, they're acknowledging your uniqueness, your authenticity with the star. So what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are they? Ooh, they're finally acknowledging that you are someone who walks to the beat of your own drums. Okay, you're not a follower, you are a leader with the Fool card. And a lot of people from your past, I feel like they were not like they were not like open to your ideologies or your way of doing things. So with this energy, I'm getting like with the Fool, people are finally acknowledging that you were always like someone who walked to the beat of your own drums, someone who always did things your own way, even if it was different, even if it was like a path unknown to others. You knew what you were doing. You were never lost. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have Judgment. So with the Judgment card, what I'm getting here, people are finally acknowledging the fact that you are someone who's extremely discerning. It's kind of hard to pull the wool over your eyes, okay? You are someone who's learned a lot of lessons in life. You are wiser because of it. Like their final assessment of you was incorrect. They may have judged you harshly because of your uniqueness. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Two of Pentacles again. Yeah, you're somebody who has the ability to juggle multiple responsibilities at once. Somebody who's very unique in a sense where you have different capabilities and competencies that you interchange or that you balance together. You could do that. People are acknowledging that about you. Some people like they feel like you could only do one thing and do it once, like do it once, do it well, only one thing well. Like you can't have multiple hobbies or multiple skill sets and talents. Like you'd only be good at one thing and that's it. While you are showcasing, like you're showing with your life, your capabilities, that's this is incorrect, is not true. You could do multiple things and do it very well, okay? So, what are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Two of Swords. They're finally acknowledging the fact that you are someone who you venture into the unknown with the Two of Swords because you're not seeing the path ahead, but you're trusting your inner guidance. You're unbothered by other people's opinion of you. Like you don't really care what they say, what they think. You're more focused on what you could do. Yeah, there's a definitely an element of disappointment. They're finally acknowledging, like people are finally acknowledging that they've disappointed you, or it was disappointing for like because they didn't really take the time to get to know you, to ask you about like your desires, your goals, your dreams. Like they were just like trying to put you in a box, categorize you in a box, so just for the sake of it, like not because like you were meant to be in a box. They didn't want to acknowledge, like initially they didn't want to acknowledge that uniqueness that you possessed, your ideas, your methodologies. They were like no, they were like dismissing it even before giving you a chance. And now a lot of them, they're like kind of like in regret because they wish they could be part of your journey now. Like now that you're like the things that you used to talk about before are now being popularized, and now those same people are like, oh man, like I had like Palmer One that was talking to me about those things, and if I still had access to Palmer One, I would learn more about these ideologies. But now they have to go the long route where they have to learn on their own. There's a lot of regret here. Regret for not investing in you. What is it? Or what are people finally acknowledging about you? Wow, we have the Nine of Swords. They're finally acknowledging that their like your ideologies or like your ideas, what you would talk about was kind of like stressful or threatening to their reality. What you were bringing to the table, what you were talking about, like your style, your uniqueness was a threat to them. They didn't feel comfortable in what you were bringing to the table, what you were discussing, because it was like it differed too much from their perception that it scared them. Like your ideologies, the way of living scared those people. They're finally acknowledging that they were frightened by like the future or what you were seeing or what you were talking about. It was scary to them. They didn't feel comfortable with those topics. Okay, so what are people finally acknowledging about you? Yeah, like you're too advanced with the world card. They're finally acknowledging that, like they're finally catching up to where you were back then. So let's say like 5 years ago you were talking about something specific, and whatever you're talking about 5 years ago is now being popularized today. And now they're finally catching up to where you were 5 years ago. So they're always going to be behind you, never going to be like ahead of you or at the same level. They're always going to be behind you. They're finally acknowledging that, like you are the teacher, you are the guru. Okay, so what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging? We have the magician, that you're very skilled and talented. You're definitely a messenger because Mercury is a messenger of the gods. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely a messenger. You could be a Gemini or Virgo, don't have to be. You could be mutable sign as well. But yeah, you are a messenger. You're very skilled. You're very talented. Maybe you're used to talk about manifestation, speaking things into existence, and maybe those people were saying that you're crazy. And maybe like now they're finally realizing that no, you were just speaking things into existence yourself, and you are the true magician. That you could create the life of your dreams. What are people finally acknowledging? We have the Eight of Swords. They're finally acknowledging that when you were around them, you may have felt trapped or that they were trapping you in I don't know why I heard hostile situation. These people could have been hostile towards you as well, made you feel like something was wrong with you or you're too different, but there was maybe some sort of hostility. They may have made you feel like trapped or like you couldn't get out of your circumstances and you had to distance yourself from these people. There was toxicity here. Even though the devil's not here, I'm getting like toxicity. Like they were toxic towards you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Ooh, we have the King of Swords. Yeah, you're mentally sharp, mentally agile with the King of Swords. Okay, too intelligent for these people with Three of Pentacles. Okay, like your methodology, your competence, your credibility. Like you're credible. Like you're a credible source with the King of Swords. Like you know what you were talking about. Like back then they were calling you crazy, but now they're like, oh, okay, probably one knew what they were talking about. They were ahead of their time. What they were saying was true. They're like finally giving you your props. You're a credible source with the Three of Pentacles. Okay, this is what they're finally acknowledging about you. Now they're like quoting what you used to say to them. What are people finally acknowledging? Wow, Nine of Swords again. Yeah, like I feel like it's what you were saying. It was scaring them because they were not used to it. Like these are people that were like kind of like narrow-minded, people that believe in like these are people that I'm sorry to say they were kind of like delusional. Okay, so like very delusional. Like whew, let me just not get into it, okay? That's all I can say is delusional. With the Nine of Swords here, like, yeah, you were scaring them. They were not ready for your talks, okay? So, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are they finally acknowledging about you? We have the Five of Cups again. Disappointment. Heartbroken. They're finally like realizing, like, that what they're acknowledging about you is that, like, You felt neglected, you felt isolated when you were around these people, and that's another reason why you had to let them go. And the more like you distance yourself from these people, the more success and glory that you've were able to cultivate for yourself. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card. Yeah, Six of Wands. Yeah, victorious, like notoriety, public recognition. You got your notoriety, your success, and public recognition elsewhere the moment that you distance yourself and found your tribe. What are people finally acknowledging? Yeah, we have Temperance card. A wise, you're wise, okay, beyond your years with the Temperance card. And we also have Sagittarius. Oh, sound like Sagittarius. We also have Aquarius here. So definitely ahead of your time. That's what they're finally acknowledging about you. You are the alchemist. Didn't I say mutable signs? We have all the mutable signs here. And look at that, the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. You're a chosen one. That's what they're finally acknowledging about you. Like you are definitely a messenger, a teacher, a guru, philosopher. So what are people finally, just one card, please. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have here, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Like you have amazing work ethics, you're dedicated, you're hardworking, you're definitely the benchmark, the blueprint with the Eight of Pentacles. Discipline. Okay, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging? We have the Page of Cups. Imaginative, sensitive, vulnerable. Like people are finally acknowledging that you have this creative, like you are definitely in touch with your spirituality, in touch with the guides, your spiritual guides. You're not somebody who like navigates the world in vain, or just like there's no delusion about you. Like your gifts, your talents, your spiritual gifts are real. They're finally acknowledging this about you. Maybe they're calling you a charlatan when you had like you used to talk about like your spiritual gifts or your talents. Yeah, they're finally acknowledging that you are a warrior. Like even if they were throwing stones at you, you stood your ground with the Nine of Wands. What are people finally yeah, Six of Pentacles. You're generous. That's what people are finally acknowledging about you. Okay? Very giving. You have a big heart. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, they were projecting onto you. They were like projecting, like seeing different things that were not even there, trying to categorize you into a box. But there, you created so many avenues for yourself. You have so many possibilities that are opening up for you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card. Wow, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. People are finally acknowledging the fact that they were envious of you, envious of your light, envious of your ideologies. Like they wish they were the one who were the teacher, were the guru, were the person that was ahead of their time. They're all the same. They all fit in the same box. You were the one standing out. You were the star amongst like darkness, right? You were the light amongst darkness. They were envious of that. They're finally acknowledging that. You know, they wish that they were more like you. You know, they were more optimistic, or like their optimism is not there. Those are people that are very gloomy, very dark, cynical people. They always think of the worst in others. They always see the worst in other people. We have 999, quadruple nine, so there's definitely ending with these people. I feel like this is like the end of a cycle of era for you around these people. Okay? So that's all I have for you, my pal number one. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number one. Bye. Hi, pal two. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. So, my pal number two, you picked the Moonstone Crystal, and this is going to be your reading, okay? So, my pal number two, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Fool card. So, with the Fool card, what I'm getting here, people are finally acknowledging the fact that you are someone who walks to the beat of your own drum, somebody who follows your own inner compass. You are not a follower, you are a leader, okay? You are a trailblazer. People are finally acknowledging this about you, okay? So, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Hierophant. So, with the Hierophant, what I'm getting here is you are someone who is extremely knowledgeable. You are wise beyond your years. You are someone who operates with integrity, okay? You do things the right way, like with the Hierophant. You're definitely a scribe here. People are finally acknowledging this about you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Temperance card. So, with this energy, what I'm getting here with the Temperance card is that they're finally acknowledging that you are someone who is even tempered, someone who, like, definitely the wisdom here. You're a teacher, you are a guru, you're a wise one with the Temperance card and the Hierophant. I'm also getting like people are finally acknowledging your skill sets and your talent with the Temperance card. Like you are someone who is expensive, like not in a sense like pricey, but like someone who has like a lot of expansion. Like you're someone who likes to travel. That's how you gain the knowledge and the experience that you have. You're definitely a traveler. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Strength. Wow, like four major arcanas for you back to back. Okay, you could be a Leo here, and if you are a Leo and it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Okay, so with the Leo energy, with the Strength card, what I'm getting here is that what you're what people are finally acknowledging about you is that you are a sovereign individual, okay? Like I said, you walk to the beat of your own drums with the Strength card. You're definitely courageous and influential. People are finally acknowledging this about you. You influence people to be the best version of themselves, to stand their ground and to be true to themselves. What are people finally acknowledging about you? What are, ooh, that you are a pleasure, you are pleasant to be around with the Three of Cups. That's what I'm getting here with the Three of Cups. That's what people are like finally acknowledging about you. And what I'm also getting with this energy is that the way that people take to you, the way that people are drawn to your energy, people are finally acknowledging that you are like a peacemaker, you are the plug, you are the connector in your friend circle or your neighborhood or your community. Okay, so what are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Four of Cups, that you're someone who's not easily impressed. You're not really impressed by riches or jewelries or anything flashy. You're more someone who is impressed by integrity, the way that people um, treat others that can't do anything for them, or the way that people conduct themselves in public or in private. You're more impressed with that, okay? Like you're more impressed with people that are like loving, nurturing, or people that have integrity, okay? You're not really impressed by people's riches or who they know and what they have. We have the Nine of Cups. People are finally acknowledging that you are wish fulfillment. You have your like the life that they want, or something that you have that people desire with the Nine of Cups, okay? Your wish fulfillment, or you are the wish, like you are what people want to be like or want to have with the Nine of Cups, okay? You're highly desirable here. People are finally acknowledging this about you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Five of Pentacles. They're finally acknowledging the fact that you had to get it out the mud with the Five of Pentacles. Like you had to build yourself up from scratch. You didn't really get the support that you wanted, from others, but you made it out the mud. Okay, you were able to get back on your feet without like without the help of other people around you, and you had to struggle to get it with the Five of Pentacles. It wasn't easy for you to get to where you are today. People are finally acknowledging this about you. Maybe they may have made it seem like it was easy, it was handed out to you, you didn't have to work hard, but they're finally acknowledging like the effort that you had to put in to get to where you are. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, like you worked really hard. You know, you went from the Five of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, you're disciplined, you're very structured and disciplined, and you're dedicated. Okay, craftsmanship, like you put it in the effort to build yourself up from scratch. People are finally acknowledging this about you. It wasn't luck, it was preparation and discipline that got you there. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles, you have amazing work ethics. People are finally acknowledging this about you. What are people finally acknowledging? Yeah, Ace of Swords, that you are the truth. Okay, you operate in truth and clarity. You don't take like you don't cut corners. You're someone who puts in the necessary effort to build like the legacy that you are building for yourself with the Ace of Swords. Okay, that's what people are finally acknowledging about you, that you're highly intelligent and a great communicator. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What are people? We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, like you have a healthy amount of self-love. You know your worth. You know your value. You're not somebody who could be easily bought or manipulated. Like you don't need outside validation. You know your worth. What are people finally acknowledging? Just one card, please. What are people finally? Wow, you have three friggin' um like aces back to back. People are finally acknowledging like your greatness, okay? That you are influential, that you're powerful. With the Ace of Wands, you are someone with the Ace of Wands that is really creative, energetic. You have this zest for life. People are finally acknowledging this, like you're inspiring. The Six of Wands wanted to come out. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Magician, that you're very skilled and talented. You could be a Gemini or Virgo, Leo, Cusper. Maybe your birthday is coming up very soon at the end of August. Okay, we're almost in Virgo season. I think it's like on the 23rd or something, the 23rd or the 22nd of August. So like next week, because I'm filming this on the 17th. Yeah, some of you, I'm really getting like that energy where you're very skilled, very talented with the Magician, capable, resourceful. People are finally acknowledging this about you, okay? Because what you did, how you acquire your wealth, how you leveled up was out of your own merit. Like nobody really helped you. Like you didn't have like a support system like these people had with the Five of Pentacles, okay? A lot of them, they had like really good, healthy, stable families, so they were able to build themselves like from a solid foundation, while you had to start like you were at a deficit, okay, when you started. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. Ooh, you are abundant, majestic, luxurious. Okay, there's something luxurious about you with the Empress, very beautiful. Some people, they wanted to deny your beauty or dismiss your beauty or say like, oh, like women like you or men like you're a dime a dozen. Like, you know how some people, they want to say that, but it's like they can't deny the fact that your beauty is exquisite, like natural beauty. But it's not just that. You're very, there's something luxurious about your energy, very sensual, okay, creative, okay. You could be a Taurus or a Libra. We have Taurus twice. Okay, you could be a Taurus, Gemini, Cusper as well. What are people finally acknowledging about you? What do we have here? We have the Strength card again. Leo energy is coming through heavy. You're powerful. You're resilient. You're sovereign. People are finally acknowledging this about you. Like you are not someone that people could play around or dictate or like control with their words or action. Like you do not care. You're not going to let anyone or anything get in your way. Okay. And that's what people are finally acknowledging about you. Okay. So what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, What people are finally acknowledging about you is that you are someone who is extremely practical, very grounded, very wise, okay? You're prudent, okay? You're someone who's dedicated to. With the Page of Pentacles, you're always learning, always improving, always like trying to find ways to get to maximize. I don't know why I heard maximize your profits, because we have the Eight of Pentacles as well, okay? You're extremely capable. People are finally acknowledging this about you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Devil. I'm getting like ambitious here, intense, dedicated, discipline. People are finally acknowledging this about you. Like maybe like your, what I'm getting with the Devil, it could be that your ambitions were not like made known, like it wasn't obvious to other people that you were ambitious, because you weren't really broadcasting that, oh, I want to get this, or I want to accomplish this, I want a big house, like none of that stuff, right? Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, your goals, you weren't really vocal about it. You're more like selective and quiet. So people may have thought that you were more passive, and now they're finally acknowledging that no, you're a big boss, okay? With the Emperor, you're not somebody, I'm like with the Emperor, with the Devil, definitely Emperor might come out with this energy, because you are dedicated, you're disciplined, you really want this, okay? You're hungry, you know? So what are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Seven of Wands. Ooh, you're not a pushover. With the Seven of Wands, you're gonna stand your ground. Like I said, people may have thought that you were passive, or like, because maybe you're quiet, more reserved. Just because somebody is reserved doesn't mean that they're weak, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like people are finally acknowledging this, that you're not weak. You're not like an easy target. Like maybe somebody may have tried to target you because you keep to yourself. Maybe you're somebody who spends a lot of your time on your own. You don't really run in cliques. So they may have, sorry about that, my pal number two. So as I was saying, so you might be somebody who likes to spend a lot of your time alone. You may not be the type of person that, walks in cliques. Okay, you walk on your own. And the Queen of Pentacles came out like as I was talking, okay, when the video cut off. So with the Queen of Pentacles, what people are finally acknowledging about you is that you are somebody who is grounded, somebody who is, independent, self-sufficient. You don't really need other people around you to, get your things done. Okay, so with the Queen of Pentacles, people are finally acknowledging that you didn't really need their assistance like that. Like you were going to make it out the mud regardless. Okay, so these people may have thought with the Five of Pentacles that you were going to stay down, that you were going to stay in the same position forever, and you never succeed or never level up. Okay, so what are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What are people finally acknowledging? We have the Two of Swords, that you're unbothered, that their opinion of you doesn't matter to you. Like you are someone who is, self-sufficient. You're independent, okay? And people are finally acknowledging the fact that you're unavailable or emotionally unavailable to them. What are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have Death card, okay? So with the Death card, what are they finally acknowledging about you is that you are someone who is transformative, someone who is resilient and powerful. You could be a Scorpio here, don't have to be. Yeah, you're resilient, you're powerful, you're capable, transformative, you're mysterious as well. This is what they're finally acknowledging about you. Like they didn't really know you like that. They were just really projecting onto you their own fears or insecurities onto you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What are they finally acknowledging? We have the World card, okay? They're finally acknowledging the fact that you are someone who's accomplished. You have a lot of experience under your belt. Yeah, like, because we have Temperance. We also have Virgo energy. So, like, a lot of, like, teacher energy, healing energy, wisdom, knowledge, expertise. That's what I'm getting here. You have a lot of that under your belt because of the, and you're also somebody who's very stable, grounded. You're not easily swayed or manipulated. So we have three fixed signs here. and three mutable signs. So you're someone who's extremely adaptable too. You could weather the storm. People are finally acknowledging this about you. Like they didn't know how strong you were and capable you were. Okay. So what are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What are they finally acknowledging? We have the Six of Pentacles. How generous and a beautiful spirit you have. Some people, like, when they had access to you, they may have abused you or take advantage of you. And now looking back on life, or looking back on like when they had access to you, they're starting to acknowledge the fact that they were the villain. They were the one who was the abuser. They were like the perpetrator in the situation, okay? And that you were very giving and loving and nurturing with the Six of Pentacles, like you were giving more than you were receiving. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please. Ooh, we have the Strength card three times. Leo energy is coming through heavy. So you could definitely be a Leo, sun, moon, or rising. But with this energy, with the Strength card, people are finally acknowledging that you are someone who's courageous, who is sovereign. You definitely walk to the beat of your own drums. No one could tell you what to do. You're also extremely influential and persuasive, okay? You influence people to your ideologies, okay, to your way of thinking, the way of doing things, but also just by you being in the room, just your presence is inspiring, it's motivating, okay? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Three of Pentacles, that you are a woman or a man of your word. Your reputation definitely precedes you, okay, with the Three of Pentacles. You're not somebody who's just like mediocre, you're excellent here, okay? So that's all I have for you, my pal number two. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number two. Bye. Hi, pal three. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. So my pal number three, you picked the smoky quartz crystal, and this is going to be your reading, okay? So, my pal number three, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you, my pal number three? Ooh, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So, with the Seven of Pentacles, what I'm getting here, people are finally acknowledging the fact that you are someone who is grounded, capable, valuable with the Seven of Pentacles, okay? People may have not acknowledged your effort because they weren't as visible as they are now. So they weren't seeing the seeds that you've been planting behind the scenes, like because the tree was growing, right? Your tree that you've planted was growing, but it was like a small seed at first. They were seeing the effort. Now they're finally acknowledging the effort that got you to where you are today. There's definitely a great progress, major progress for you, okay? You're not at the same level that you were before. You've leveled up tremendously. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Knight of Cups, okay? Very charming, okay? People, you're a people person, or you're really good at maybe stakeholder engagement, customer engagement, okay? So this could be something to related to work. You're really good at what you do. You're excellent. You've mastered that skill, or you're mastering it now. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Luck is definitely on your side. Jupiter, you may have like strong Jupiter placements, maybe Jupiter in your seventh house or your second house. There's something about you that's very expensive, okay? There's some sort of growth and expansion around you. You're definitely being perceived as someone who has an anointment on your life. People are finally acknowledging this about you. Like you have this the Maddest touch with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, everything you touch turn to gold. So what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging? Wow, Seven of Pentacles again. Capable, patient. There's some sort of investment. People are finally acknowledging the fact that your investments are paying off, or you were the investment. Like they should have invested in you because of like how far things are progressing for you, how far you have gotten. What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Queen of Swords. With the Queen of Swords, what I'm getting here, people are finally acknowledging your intelligence, like how intelligent you are, how strategic you are, capable. Like you were always 10 steps ahead of a lot of people. It's just that you weren't really vocal about your capabilities, okay? You weren't really vocal about your strategies. Like you were moving in silence with the Queen of Swords. Like you were always 10 steps ahead of people, but moving in silence. Like you weren't really letting them know what you knew, what you were observing, how you were maneuvering. You were just doing your own thing, okay? And now they're seeing the results of your investment. Okay, so what are people finally acknowledging about you? Yeah, you're extremely capable with the Two of Pentacles. Okay, you have multiple skill sets and talent with the Two of Pentacles. People are finally acknowledging this about you. Yeah, you're more capable than they give you credit for. So they may have thought that you were just one dimensional, or like you were only good at one thing, but now they're realizing that there's more to you than meets the eyes. There's a lot of complexity surrounding you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What are people finally acknowledging? We have the Nine of Wands, that you're resilient. You're extremely capable, enduring. You're not somebody who's just going to give up at the first sign of struggle or delays or obstacles. Like you're someone, like you see an obstacle on your path, you find a way around it. You find a way to counter it. Okay, you're not going to just be like, oh well, this is not working out for me, so that means it's not for me. No, you're going to find a way, like how do I get to from point A to point B, and then from point B to point C, and so on and so forth. Okay, what are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the King of Cups, that you're emotionally intelligent, that you're street smart and you're book smart. With the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, people are finally acknowledging this about you. You're emotionally intelligent. You know how to assess, you know how to read the room. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Wow, we have the Ace of Cups. Healthy amount of self-love. You know your value, you know your worth with the Ace of Cups. You're a very loving and nurturing individual. They're finally acknowledging this about you because they no longer have access to the old you, the you that used to overgive or overextend yourself. They don't have access to this person anymore. All they have right now is just like access to, like, just to see you from, like, from afar. They could only see you from afar. They don't have access to you, your current like they don't have proximity to you anymore. They know that. Okay, so what are people finally? Yeah, Six of Cups. That you are pure hearted, you're innocent, okay? Like you're very sweet, loving, nurturing. A lot of people from your past, they miss you with the Six of Cups. They're reminiscing about you. Like they're finally acknowledging that you were a real one, that they should have invested in you. Somebody is kind of like in their feelings for not investing in you, because now they're looking for what you were offering. So if somebody did not see what you were offering back then, or they did not appreciate what you were offering back then, now they're looking exactly for what you're offering, and then they keep meeting people that are just like them. So if this person's a user, they're meeting other users. If this person is an abuser, this person's meeting other abusers. If this person is narcissistic, they're meeting other narcissistic individuals. They're getting some sort of karma. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Wow. I'm telling you, Ace of Pentacles, your capabilities, your competence, okay, with the Ace of Pentacles, your value. This is what they're finally acknowledging about you. You're extremely valuable, capable, resourceful, okay? You bring a lot to the table. Someone is in regret right now, like a specific person from your past is regretting how they treated you, because now they're seeing like what they could have had with you if they took you seriously then. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Yeah, Three of Swords. Ooh, rejection. I'm telling you, somebody's heartbroken. They're acknowledging the value and how they dismissed you, neglected you with the Three of Swords, rejected you. They did something messed up, and now it's like they want what you are offering now, but it's like too late. Like a lot of you are like, heck no, I'm never gonna go back to this person. I'm never gonna deal with this person again. Like they could dream about it, but it's never gonna happen, and they know that. What are people finally acknowledging? We have the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, you are the truth. You are the real deal. With the Ace of Swords, you bring clarity. You're someone who operates with integrity. Okay, that's what people are finally acknowledging about you. Like, you know, you were sincere about your intentions, you were sincere about your emotions, you were insincere about everything. Some people, they pretend to be something that they're not just to get something out of someone else, right? And they think that when they do that, oh yeah, they got you. Like, you're playing yourself, you're playing yourself out of the life of someone that's actually great for you, someone who is real, somebody who is like, you know, that doesn't come around often. These people, that's what they're realizing. Like, you know, people like you don't come around often, and they messed up real bad, and now all they're meeting is like people like them, karmics. Okay, people that are teaching them lessons. They were laughing then, now they're crying. You see, Three of Swords, now they're crying. Okay, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging? Yeah, that you were a pleasure to be around. You were the real deal. Okay, you were honest, you were genuine. Okay, you're not fake. And now it's like all they're doing is meeting fake people like them. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Yeah, Two of Swords. Like, you're unbothered now, you're indifferent, emotionally unavailable, and now they're in their feelings. Now they feel like it's unfair that the table has turned. Like, how can you be like this? They're trying to make it seem like you're the villain for not wanting to sacrifice or struggle. You know, like the people that won't struggle, love, they want you to go through hell with them. Like, boy, who the hell do you think you are? Like, what? Bye. Like, what? No one on this planet deserves to like make you go to hell with them. Like, no, it's like a one-way, one passenger ticket. Okay, like you could go by yourself. So, what are people finally acknowledging? Wow, we have the Queen of Wands. You're competent, you're capable, you're self assured, you're beautiful, you know your value. Like, they're finally acknowledging that you were the ish the whole time. They were trying to make it seem like, you know, they could get another you. They could have another friend like you, or they could have another girl or another man like you with the Queen of Wands. Like, people like you are easy to find. Like I said, you're not an easy, like, your people like you don't come around often, and they're acknowledging that now. That's why they're crying with the Three of Swords. Okay, Five of Cups is not here, but I'm getting like Five of Cups energy. A lot of them are in regret. With the Queen of Wands, like, they know they had a dime in their hands, and then they shuffle the deck again, and then they gotta, like, you know, they got a page instead. Okay, like, there's nothing wrong with pages, especially if you're starting at the page energy. But like, let's say if you had an Empress and then you put her back and then you get a page, like, do you really think you're winning? Bye bye. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Ooh, we have the sun. Okay, Leo energy, confident, radiant, powerful. You know, that's what people are finally acknowledging about you. And if you are a Leo and it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Okay, so what are people finally acknowledging? Ooh, we have the Hierophant. Okay, Taurus energy. We have Leo and Taurus here. Yeah, like, you're valuable, you're capable. Yeah, like, you're a marriage material. Like, somebody's like wishing they would have married you or taking you seriously. Somebody's like regretting not taking you seriously when they had a chance. They thought that they could play around and then that you will always be around, like, available to them, and they're realizing that you're not. Like, there's no do-over. They're seeing your potential, your value with the Hierophant. Okay, what are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please. Ace of Pentacles again. I'm telling you, your value. People like you don't come around often. People like you is once in a lifetime type of individual. And they're realizing that they messed up. They're acknowledging this now. They're acknowledging the value that you brought to the table, your understanding, your competence, your capabilities. You're like the best to ever do it. Okay, you're like you were the best option for this person or these people. You're extremely knowledgeable here. You're a wise counsel. That's what they're trying to like finally acknowledging about you. Like you give great advice, especially for friendship. Like you were always there to support them emotionally, mentally. Okay, you were very supportive. And now they're looking for the same thing that you were offering in other people and they can't find you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? They're looking for you in others and they're not finding it. They're finding like bits and pieces, but not the full package because there's only one you. What are people finally acknowledging? We have the Fool card. Yeah, they made a mistake. They they gambled you away. What are people finally acknowledging? Ooh, you're the only one that got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, pile number 3, you're the only one. Okay, like they, they're finally acknowledging that you are the eligible bachelor or bachelorette. Okay, self-made. Yes, those same people, like maybe they've like stepped on you or crushed you, or they really thought that they took something from you. These people, whoever these people are, there are people that took from you. They were not pouring back into your cup. They were draining you of your resources, your time, your energy. And the moment that you've decided to go on your own with the Nine of Pentacles and work on yourself and pour back into yourself, you've leveled up tremendously. And those same people, said people, are still at the same level that you last left them. They haven't made any progress in their life. Okay, and they're acknowledging the fact that you were always self-made, that you were always going to level up without them, and they were kind of like envious and jealous of that, your capabilities. Okay, what are people finally acknowledging about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. We have the Ten of Wands, that you are a challenge. You set the standards really high. They're finally acknowledging that you were always out of their league. Like when you thought that these people were people that you could associate with, people that you could build with, they saw you at another level. Like you were already higher than them, but you didn't see that. Like you were too nice, like with the Six of Cups, or too loving or too open. You have a big heart. So these people, they're like, well, I know I can't stay with this person. I know they're not going to stay with me forever. So let me just take what I can get in the moment and then leave. That was the intention the whole time. And you, the whole time, you were trying to give them love. They were not looking for love, they were looking for help. Okay, what are people finally acknowledging about you? What are people finally acknowledging about you? We have the Three of Cups again. I'm telling you, you're loving, you're real, you're genuine, a pleasure to be around. Okay, what are people finally acknowledging? They're realizing, like, they're finally admitting to themselves that they were the pestilence. Okay, the pests, the burden in your life. Like, this is what I'm getting here. What are people finally acknowledging about you? The Five of Cups wanted to come out. What are people finally acknowledging? That's too many cards. What are people finally acknowledging? We have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, that you're bold, that you're adventurous. You always had that fire, that light within you. These people were trying to siphon your light. They were taking from you. What are people finally acknowledging about you? Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords. That you're mentally agile, you're quick on your feet. You're always capable without them. Okay, we have the Star at the bottom of the deck, unique, authentic. They're finally acknowledging this about you. Like they've never met somebody like you and never will. Like you come once in a lifetime. They don't get another you. They know they won't get another you. Okay, so that's all I have for you, my pal number 3. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in my next video, pal number 3. Bye.